Thank you. New question, the member from Nipissing.
Thank you, and good morning, Speaker. My question is for the Finance Minister. For years, this government has been presenting our legislature with made-up finance numbers. Whether it was from the independent experts or the government's own confidential cabinet documents received in the gas plant scandal, it's been proven that the numbers they present to the public are simply made up to fit their story. Last week, the Financial Accountability Officer provided irrefutable evidence.
The members will lose their props shortly and actually get warned if they do it again. You want to make an excuse? You know what I'm talking about, and you know you're not supposed to do that. Carry on.
Last week, the Financial Accountability Officer provided irrefutable evidence they were using, quote, unlikely assumptions for debt reduction claims. He projects, quote, steady deterioration in the budget deficit over the next 5 years. All of their made-up numbers don't come anywhere near historical numbers. It's only wishful thinking. Speaker, I would ask the minister if he can't present the province's finances with integrity.
Thank you. Minister of Finance.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, let me begin by thanking the Financial Accountability Officer for the work he does and their department, recognizing their sensitivity analysis that they provide, which we recognize, and every year similar accusations are made by the member opposite, and Mr. Speaker, every year we exceed our targets. Every year we exceed our targets, and public accounts reaffirms that. We beat our deficit by $3.3 billion this year, Mr. Speaker. We are the leading jurisdiction in North America when it comes to economic growth. Our unemployment rate is at 5.7%, Mr. Speaker, and we're on track to balance the budget as we said we would this year, next year, and the year after that. Thank you.
Okay. Supplementary.
Back to the Finance Minister. As if the blistering commentary from the FAO wasn't enough, the Auditor General has now weighed in. She said this government's annual deficit is understated, net debt is understated, and accumulated debt is understated. And we're not talking nickels and dimes here, Speaker. The auditor says our deficit is $1.5 billion more, and our net debt is $12.5 billion more than reported. So for the second year in a row, the auditor has said, quote, based on the evidence, the statements are significantly misstated. Both of the legislative officers have told us this government's numbers can't be trusted. Speaker, I ask the minister, why does it always take the Financial Accountability Officer, the Auditor General, or the OPP to get to the truth in Ontario?
Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, investors around the world are investing in Ontario for a reason. They recognize that Ontario's economy is growing. They're recognizing our fiscal responsible approach to growing the economy, investing in things that matter are working. And our plan is working. We're borrowing $30 billion less than we had anticipated. Our debt to GDP is lower now than it was anticipated, and it's tracking to go further down. And, Mr. Speaker, as we produce and as we move forward, we're taking every necessary step to grow the economy. And as we grow the economy, it enables us to source more opportunity to invest in the things that matter to Ontarians, things that that member and his party opposite have voted against. They voted against providing more free tuition for our students. They voted against the very nature of trying to provide extended pharmacare for every young person under 25. These are the reasons we're able to do that, because we balance the budget. We're taking the steps necessary to invest in infrastructure that makes us competitive and enables us to balance the books all the while.